Before this interview ends, is there anything else you are not asked? Fans want to know. People want to know. Is there anything you want to address while you're here?
Yes.
Anything else you didn't get a chance to mention you'd like to mention now?
My favorite artist is Lauryn Hill. Current songs I'm listening to is a lot of Frank Sinatra, a lot of Nat King Cole. I like old school music a lot. I just like rhythm and blues. My favorite artist is Lauryn Hill, Tupac, Jay-Z, Beyonce. I love Lil Wayne. Nicki, of course. You can't be like a rapper and female rapper and not show love to Nicki, Lil Kim, Missy Elliott. Oh my God, I love Missy Elliott. I just really love my culture and the artists that made it possible, who crawled so I can walk, and I want to give a tribute to them, thank them. That's it.
And do you want to explain why you like each of those artists you mentioned?
Because all of those artists brought something different. None of them artists are attached to anyone else because they're all different and have their own unique qualities. Also, Michael Jackson. Love Michael Jackson because he really was spectacular. Like, he was an amazing artist, amazing singer, amazing dancer, and I really look up to him. Also, Aaliyah was also amazing. You know, from her style to her music. And I just think it's important to pay tribute to our culture because it's an amazing culture and those were amazing people and amazing days, and it's amazing music that's still being played.
Now, what about Tupac?
Also,
Go ahead.
it's amazing music that has an influence on the music today, and that's why I think it's important to mention those artists. And I'm ready for the next question.
Now, what about Tupac? What about Nicki Minaj? You mentioned both of these are your favorites. But when it comes to fans of these artists, it's, can a fan, does a fan, let's rephrase, does a fan have to choose Tupac or Biggie? Can a fan like both equally?
Yeah,
Does a fan,
I like Biggie too.
Same thing with Nicki and Cardi.
I
Can a
love
fan like
Cardi.
both, or do they have to choose a team? Team Cardi, Team
No,
Nicki?
you don't have to choose a team. And I also want to go back and mention Cardi too because I love Cardi and I love everything she's doing. But no, you don't have to choose. It's music. You can like music, you know? It's really silly anyways to try to choose and pick sides and, personally know any of these people. But I understand you might have a connection to them as a fan, but if you want to, if you want to choose sides, then that you can. But I personally don't choose sides. I like both of them. I love Biggie and Pac, and I love Nicki and Cardi.
And when it comes to meeting these people personally, have you met any of these people you named?
I met Tupac in my dreams. No, I'm kidding. I haven't met any of these people.
If you had the chance, this is a hypothetical question, if you had the chance to collaborate with any of these artists you mentioned, whether they're alive or have passed away, and you had a verse or hook, you had the opportunity to, again, collaborate, which would you collaborate with, dead or alive, out of all those names?
You really putting me in the hot seat. Tupac. I cannot miss out on that opportunity. A poet, one of the reasons. I was writing poetry really before I was rapping. And If you see my Instagram, you see it says Rose from the Concrete. That was one of my favorite poems by him. I just love Tupac. I love Lauryn Hill too, so it would have been between them two. But I really would love to do a song with Tupac.
Now, have you had a chance to visit the Tupac Museum in Los Angeles?
No. But you know, I visit where he died at in Las Vegas.
Where is that location and what is that like?
Is it on Coble and Tropicana? It's just like streets that they didn't put a tribute or anything there. You just know by, you know, if you're driving past, oh, that's where Tupac died. Well, not died. He got shot there, but he died at the hospital.
Do anybody leave mementos signifying that area? Like,
Yes, sometimes like
is there like a cross or flowers or?
sometimes, like not all the time. They will write something or, you know, it's a cross street, so you know, not really, but sometimes you see little things. I would love to go to that tribute place though in LA.
Do you ever pay attention to Spotify numbers?
Yes, I have to. I'm an artist. You'll be my American boy.
So when I look up Miracle King, says 24,607 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Wow. How did you get that by looking it up?
Oh, just on the app?
I've been trying. Can I see?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then it's got the actual listens per song on your top 5 songs.
I want to stand up because I really can't see from right there. But
yeah, it just says it right under your name.
You can show me after.
Okay. Well, it says 24,607 monthly listeners. What do you think of that number?
I want it to go up. But I'm thankful for the monthly listeners that I have now. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Now, I used that. I'm just fact checking something before I say it on camera just to make sure my facts are right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do this math really quick. All right. 25. Tupac passed away 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away, according to Google, September 13th, 1996. Today's date is June 10th, 2022. So that was 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
His Spotify numbers, almost 19 million monthly listeners 25 years later. What do you think of that? What do you make of that?
He is legendary. He's always going to be legendary. He's always going to be someone who made a big impact in hip-hop culture. And I think that it's amazing that people still listen to him. I think that is great. And I'm actually proud of that number for him. Because it shows that he's not forgotten. That's dope.
Just to put that into even more context, you were on tour with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
His monthly listeners on Spotify is nearly 23 million.
Yeah.
And he's still alive. And you also have a song with G Herbo, a feature of G Herbo's on one of your songs, and his Spotify monthly listeners currently is almost 7 million. And he's still alive. So just putting Tupac's numbers in comparison to both of these people that have been a part of your career, aside from your own numbers, and Tupac passed away, again, 25 years ago.
Right.
And he's at 18 million.
Yeah. You know, they probably still listen to. You know, I loved how when I was on tour with Snoop Dogg, he paid so much tribute to Tupac. Every show. Every show, he's like, long live Tupac. It just goes to show, like, he made a huge impact. And also, those artists are making huge impacts. Like, just for you to be a legend, you don't have to die. And they're making their own way in the music industry and changing the world in a way, inspiring people.
In 2017, a biopic about Tupac Shakur was released called All Eyes on Me. Did you watch it?
The movie?
Yes.
Yes.
What did you think?
I don't really know. I wasn't in the life of Tupac, so I just watched it and got a view on what people around him saw and witnessed. But you never really know, no one tells your story better than you, so I just watched it and enjoyed it, and it was entertaining, but I don't know the real story of Tupac's life. No one does, but him, really. So it's entertaining, but you can't really take those all as facts.
Have you had a chance to visit New York yet?
Yes.
Have you had a chance to visit the quad where he was shot in New York at one point in his life?
No.